Alright, Rockstars, it's going to be an exciting day here in Crazy Craft. The reason today is going to be so exciting because we ran out of space for our superheroes. So what I want to do, and I keep saying we're going to do, is build Tony Stark's lab. So we have the rest of the space for the Iron Man suits. Basically, it's just going to be his lab. So I think what I want to do is put it right here below our Transformer. Because over here we have the Batcave through this secret wall. But in this side we have our actual farm for our duplicated trees. So I don't want to ruin that. Plus then we'll have space for Wolverine, Spider-Man, and any other heroes. Like we still need to make like Black Panther. So because these literally take up 10 spaces for our suits, and there's literally how many? It goes up to Mark 20 plus the stealth leggings, the Iron Spider suit, and the Iron Bat suit. So there's, yeah, you know, we already have the Iron Bat suit, but yeah, there's like 20 suits that we have to make. So we've got like, you know, 10 more to make. Those blocks are going to be one thing we do need just a couple of for the most part overall, because we are going down. Outside of that, I would guess ladders. We need to kind of clear out a space first before we really work on actually trying to, you know, build it with certain blocks and whatnot. So I feel like the best thing we can start off with is let's get a tunnel down here. Oh, and I don't need ladders because I can always fly. That's so much better. I didn't even think about that. Well, let's go ahead and put a ghost block here and make sure it gets the green plating that we want it to be. That is not what we want. That is very, very strange. I don't like it. Really not a big deal, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, so let's decide what kind of blocks we want to work with, because it is in a Tony Stark factory, so we got to kind of stick to a more modern design if we want it to feel, you know, like what it's supposed to be. All right, so these are the assortment blocks that I'm going to start out with, trying to use this to make this good old Iron Man or Tony Stark laboratory. So this is what I've got set up. What I think is I'm going to make these little corners here that are still filled in and actually make them like laboratory sections, and I'm going to make the outside of this, so this corner all the way to these corners on each side where we store the suits. So it's going to be like a circle ring around, and that's going to be where the suits are. So I'm going to start clearing this out, and if I do the corners first, then it will be a lot easier to clear out the specific areas that I want for the actual straight up workspaces, where I'm going to keep the Tony Stark workbench and anything else I might need down here. Okay, so this is the outline I've got so far. It's not exactly what I was originally thinking, but I kind of like it. So this is the opening, and then I think back here, this wall section right here will be all of our super suits or our iron suits. I don't know exactly where we'll put the workstation, but I was thinking in this little center here, this would be storage. So this is where we'd keep all the extra Stark tech and anything else we would need for the actual Iron Man suit crafting themselves. I think we're going to use these laboratory tiles for the floor themselves. Hopefully yeah, I like it. That's like a white laboratory or experimental floor type deal. And it won't be 100% this, but this will be like, I guess, the pathways and the main places you'll walk on, I guess. So the suits themselves are going to sit right here. So I've kind of got to decide how we're going to set this up. Plus, how many slots do we really have versus how many suits we have? If you count the shell leggings, there's Mark 20 that we go up to in this version, plus the Iron Man stealth suit, which I'm assuming is still, you know, craftable. So that means at least 21, 22 suits. So 11 on each side. Okay, so right here is 11 suits this way. So if each suit goes into a slot here, one all the way through here will be 11. And it's the exact same thing on this side. So that means at this point, we don't really need the suit selection. So we can change up how this is shaped overall. So we're going to cut into this so we know that. All right, so at this point, we kind of want to design everything else. So I think what I want to do is take these diamond blocks, and I want to set this up as the wall behind our actual suits themselves. So this wall over here, we're going to turn all of this into a diamond oriented type area. Okay, so I think next up, we're going to take these iron blocks that we've chiseled out and these Futura blocks and get them kind of scattered around for more of the regular walls. Then afterwards, then we can put in these technical blocks, which look like rotary fans. Ooh, the Futura blocks, it doesn't show the rotating part, but this looks pretty good here. And then what we can do from there is separate it and use a different type of block. So I'm thinking we can do the outside of this block, and then maybe we the inside of here. No, that kind of looks a bit, I think the cubes are going to be too much on this type of block. So maybe we go for a different type of metal. What if we go for this here? Ooh, it's a really, really flat, clean, like steel-esque look. I think that should look good. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. I think it's actually coming together pretty well for the most part. I like the fans and whatnot. Everything's looking good. I just got to figure out what the secondary flooring is going to be, the main floor here. Then we can put the suits up. I have them all set up and ready. And we're also going to go ahead and I think we're going to make the last of all the suits today as well. So that means we're going to make all the way up to Mark 20. So that means you guys will probably see us craft the Mark 19, maybe the Mark 20, whatever one I decide. And then the other ones will probably be off camera just because there's so many suits you can't do them all in one episode. There's no need to have 14 Iron Man episodes. So we got to figure out what this floor is going to be. And I'm just not sure about it. Okay, so this is basically the final outline of everything. We still throw the suits, the workbenches, storage, and whatnot in here. But I really like this. I love the hexagonal paddles going back back and forth between the colors of red and yellow for Iron Man. It is super cool looking. I wasn't sure about it, but they fill in really well with these interior here, and because most of it's a dark color anyways, it works super nice. Stone bricks work really well for the ceiling, so now at this point we kind of got to get the suits moved in, getting everything else in here, and any of the like Tony Stark workbench and stuff like that. I don't know what I'm going to do with these corners right here yet, but they're just going to stay there for now. Luckily we have our storage room, which I have nothing to put down here yet. A little cookie area, our design table. Each side has our hero villain maker or a Tony Stark table, and then a little over here it's got a bit of the same thing, but it's slightly different. And now we can go ahead and finish up by putting our suits up. So let's go ahead and let's line up these suits here. So each of these spots should get an armor stand facing in this direction. There we go. So next up, now we can go ahead and just get all of our suits and put them on there, easy peasy. And there we go. So the first marks 1 through 10, and then we'll have the shell all sit right here. That looks sick. We'll move these chests eventually. Then we put the shell here, and then the other marks 10 through 20, 11 through 20, all right here, and that will look absolutely spectacular. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and make mark 11 through 19, and we'll come back and make mark 20 together because there's way too many iron suits to make all in one episode. All right, so this is the full setup with every Iron Man suit except for the very final one we finally need to craft, which is the mark 20. And I'm just saying this was a pain to find. And what I mean by that is the Legends mod I use for crafting recipes for superheroes only goes up from mark 1 all the way to mark 17. So mark 18, 19, and 20, I had to get recipes off of other YouTube videos of people playing the Let's Plays, and they didn't even have the crafting recipes themselves unless they were Let's Plays. But the mark 20 is really simple to build actually after we have everything, so let's get into it. Shockingly enough, what's really weird about the mark 20 is you actually base it with the base build of the mark 7, which I thought it would have been like the mark 15 or something much higher, but I guess not. So we need a bunch of plates. We need titanium plates, we need black iron plates, we need gold plates, we need a few repulsors. We always do with any Iron Man suit. I don't know how many we need. We're just gonna grab 6. That should be absolutely plenty. A stack of Stark Tech is all we needed, and I think that is everything that we need. So let's go ahead and let's head over to a Stark workbench here, and let's go ahead and put this together. So for the helmet itself, oh, we also need white stained glass, or white stained glass panes. So we've got that. So let's go ahead and let's throw everything in here. So for the white stained glass panes, they go on the side here. I think we put the mark 7 helmet in the top middle with some Stark Tech on the side next to it, and then we finish it off with black iron plates on the bottom. And ooh, that is not it. Okay, no, we put a black iron plate in the top middle, then the very middle is the Iron Man helmet itself. Then we finish off with a gold plate in the bottom middle, giving us the Mark XX or 20 helmet. There we go. That's a cool bad boy. The boots are really easy. We need to throw the Mark 7 boots here in the middle with some black iron on the top, titanium plating on both the outside of it, and then I think we wrap it up with the repulsors on the bottom, and that should give us the Mark 20 boots. All right, so that leaves us with just the leggings and the chest plate left. Let's do the chest plate last because it's kind of the centerpiece of everything, obviously. So the leggings, we put the Mark 7 leggings in the top center, surrounded with titanium in the corners, and the gold plates in the middle next to it, and then I think on the bottom we get Stark Tech. Yep, Stark Tech on the bottom, giving us the Mark 20 suit leggings. There we go. One more piece, and we have every Iron Man suit that's in this version of Crazy Craft. So we start off with a vibranium arc reactor in the very middle. The Mark 7 chest plate goes beneath the middle of that. Then we make iron or black iron chest plates, plates in the top right corner, I believe, with the gold plates in the middle corners, and then repulsors finishing up in the last bits, and that gives us, yes, the Mark 20 chest plate. There we go. We can go ahead and take the Mark 3 off. The Mark 20, there we go. That looks sick, and I wish our face didn't stick through it because this would look so much cooler, but that does with literally every superhero every single time. Okay, since we didn't have the crafting recipe on the Legends mod, I don't know the exact abilities that this specific suit has. So let's go ahead and let's test them out. So if we press 1, let's see what we get here. I don't have any laser beams, it seems. Okay, number 2 is also not giving me anything. Ooh, 3, is that lasers? Or it seems more like flares. Does it do any damage? That's the real question. Come here, Stanley. You're gonna be our test dummy. And yep, we do damage to it, just very little. Okay, what about number 4? Ooh, number 4 is explosive rockets. Can it blow up reinforced glass? It cannot, which is interesting. Number 5, still no extra ability. 6, I think 6 is a hover ability. That's good to know. 7 is a laser ability. Ooh, which also burns concrete, which is really interesting, but not obsidian. 8 seems to be night vision. Overall, 9, don't have anything for 9 or 0. Okay, so we have basically every other ability, but they're stronger. We also have more health and speed with this guy, which is super cool. And this is known as the long distance suit. So I think it has one of the best battery percentage and battery use for all the weapons and whatnot. So that's really good. System malfunction. Ooh, so we cannot use water. Not fitted for environment. That is really, really interesting. I was curious about that. I like the big red symbols that come over, but overall, that's our very final last suit for Iron Man, at least. That is super exciting, which wraps up getting closer and closer to the end of Crazy Craft. With Iron Man done, we have very few superheroes left. I know I keep saying that, but it's the truth. Now I can reorganize these and put everyone back here, but let's drop down to our secret Iron Man lair, which I'm actually really proud of this. I think it looked absolutely sick, and we can throw on our Mark 20 suit here, and there we go. Beautiful. This is an awesome Iron Man collection. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see y'all next time, Rockstars. Peace, peace.